Thanks for joining us following our daily press conference. We are live here in the Artemis Mission Control Room, and I'm joined by Seth Lambert, developer of Arrow, the Artemis real-time orbit website that we have all loved keeping track of. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So can you tell us about how Arrow works? How do you get that telemetry from Orion and then turn it into something that we can all access?
Yeah, absolutely. So Orion's thousands of sensors are downlinking telemetry to mission control here, and the Flight Operations Directorate takes that data, pulls out a subset of it, and passes it along to me. Arrow ingests it as text, and then goes through a parsing algorithm, evaluates that everything is looking good, and then applies the vehicle data like position, velocity, orientation to a 3D model of Orion, and then it takes the time data and passes that to the astronomy calculator, and that's how we get the position of the moon and sun relative to Earth so that we have Orion in the context of the mission as a whole and accurate lighting.
An astronomy calculator. That is so interesting. Well, longtime fans of Artemis will remember that we also had Arrow for Artemis 1. So can you tell me what has changed since then?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the telemetry parameters have changed nominally. There's also new components to this flight. There was ICPS and the RPO maneuver, but there's also a lot of work that went into updating the graphics for Arrow this time around, as well as adding in the mobile app.
Well, I remember when Arrow started as an intern project of yours, and your background is in game development. That's that right? How did you end up at NASA, and how do your game development skills contribute to this?
Yeah, absolutely. I started as an intern while I was getting my education in game development. I kind of just fell into it. I never anticipated that I'd end up at NASA. I started developing a educational kiosk app, and when the opportunity to make Arrow came up, I jumped on it. Turns out there's a lot of overlap in the mathematics.
The flywheel team, this is a great device. We really enjoyed it in this small cabin. It's perfect, and it gave us a lot of good opportunity to get our heart rate up and also get some great resistance exercise. So we just wanted to shout out a nice thank you. Here we go. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the words and the cheers.
That was Commander Reed Wiseman calling down that they have finished exercise for the mission, and that's worth celebrating. So sorry to interrupt you, but please tell us more about your background and how that helped you build Arrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap between the mathematics that go into 3D game development and tracking a spacecraft. Actually, they're two of the only industries that use the math concept called quaternions, which is an extension of the complex numbers into 4 dimensions to track rotations in space.
Wow, that's fascinating. And I love having you here because that's a different background than a lot of people realize that we need at NASA. So I really appreciate that. But the public has really enjoyed keeping up with Arrow. What has been your favorite part of the mission so far?
I think my favorite part has been seeing the reaction online to Arrow and seeing it be a spark that people latch onto, and it gets them curious and asking questions and engaging in discussion online with each other about this mission and about what they're seeing through Arrow. And it's been really wonderful to see so many people excited to learn, excited to follow the mission, and feel like they're a part of it through Arrow.
That's so cool. Well, we're showing Arrow right now here on the broadcast. And my last question is, besides the broadcast, where can people keep up with Arrow?
During the mission, Arrow is available online at www.nasa.gov/trackartemis and on the front page of the NASA mobile app.
Very cool. Well, Seth Lambert, developer of the Artemis real-time orbit website, I'm so happy that we got to have you here. We have shown Arrow so many times during the mission, and it just makes perfect sense that we would get to talk to you today. So thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.